Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey Bears, I had to stand up for a second. I apologize for starting the video that way. I had to stand up for a second. I had to make sure that I hadn't gone through a portal into another Earth or another timeline, the Mandela effect, a bunch of stuff. Like I had to make sure, I had to confirm, because we have one of the biggest astroturfing, anti-fandom, grifting cockroaches on YouTube having to do the walk of shame and walk back a bunch of stuff that he has been doing for 2 years against the cartoon and creators behind that cartoon, because he has realized that everything he did, everything that he said was so egregious and wrong that there is no denying it. And I'm talking about someone we are very familiar with, YellowFlash. This spineless coward dressing in Naruto cosplay now has to apologize and do the walk of shame. He was up with his friends till 3 o'clock in the morning, getting wasted, throwing up all over himself, partying hard, doing a bunch of stupid stuff that he doesn't remember. He was just so intoxicated that he stayed out all night long. And then he gets up the next morning, he starts to sober up, and he looks around, he's like, what did I do? What happened? Now you have to walk home missing a shoe, throw up all over your shirt, hair all disheveled. You have to do the walk of shame and walk all of this back because you are an absolute clown. You are driving the clown car. You've spent the better part of 2 years since this show was announced, 2 years trying to astroturf and make sure that X-Men 97 was a failure. And for what? And for what reason? Internet clout with a bunch of other clowns in the clown car. Money and clout. He posted this on Twitter. I had to double check to make sure this was real. I didn't believe it. He says, with this apology, and be very clear on this, this is about as close to what an apology is going to be from any of these cockroaches. I was wrong about Beau DeMayo. He has been going after Beau for 2 years about this cartoon. 2 years talking trash about what he does on the internet, talking about his political beliefs, made a video about him with in reference to Kyle Rittenhouse. Just so much stuff he has done going after Beau DeMayo. I can't even remember all of it between his videos and his live streams. X-Men 97 is a masterpiece outside of the animation. I'll give him that. Animation is subjective, but he calls it a masterpiece. A masterpiece after he spent video after video after video trying his best to make this show, set this show up for failure. A bunch of people 1,000 times more creative than YellowFlash that worked really hard on this series. He wanted to set them up for failure. I want you to remember that. Hire him back like you did with James Gunn. So he's even asking to have Beau hired back before he even knows what happened. We still don't know what happened. This is insane to me. It is fucking wild that this is the very least, and I mean the absolute least, that YellowFlash could do after all he's said and done to the people behind this series. And although it's just a cartoon, he has said some egregious stuff about Beau DeMayo. He's made some egregious claims about X-Men 97. He tried to make it seem like Wolverine was going to be gay and there was going to be a bunch of gay stuff on the show and that they were going to be talking about non-binary stuff and that all the characters would be talking about gender identity and things like that on the series, and they were going to make people's asses disappear. And just there's so much stuff that I can't even get into when it comes to him and the people in his space. Let's be clear here. I've talked about some of these videos already. Melanie Mack, some of these other people have talked about X-Men 97, Eric July. All of them were absolutely, unequivocally wrong about everything they said about the show. Everything. None of the predictions they had came to pass. Let's take a look briefly at some of his greatest hits, because again, we're talking about someone that's been talking about this show for 2 years. Here's some of his video titles, and this doesn't count live streams and clips. These are just a few of them. Wolverine with a Black Lives Matter rainbow button on his shirt. Climate change warrior in the back. X-Men 97 is Marvel's next disaster. That was a month ago, just a month ago. X-Men 97 review. They, them mutants shock the internet. Shit. They made him gay. Who? Wolverine or Cyclops? That's the two people you have on the cover of the video. Neither one of them are gay, so I'm not sure what that was about. X-Men 97 busted inserting modern BS. Disney showrunner changing sexuality and identities from 2 months ago. 180,000 views on that video. What an effing joke. X-Men 97 writer exposed crazy changes to Disney version erase female assets. 123,000 views on that video. Here's another one here. Karma comes from Marvel, woke and proud. With Wolverine wearing a bunch of like gay stuff with a gay mohawk. Marvel boss cries about lack of X-Men interest after attacking fans, wants them to embrace woke. Another video full of lies. What an effing mess. I guess the gay thing for the same picture worked so well, he's going to do it again. X-Men 97 showrunner fired over D-pics on OnlyFans. Rumors are flying over Marvel firing. Here's one from 2 years ago. F off Disney. Disney ready to bend over your childhood memories. X-Men 97 is being revived with new woke writers. Here goes. X-Men 97 boss has meltdown over Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty verdict. Fits right in with Disney. 50K views 2 years ago, YellowFlash. So having to apologize must be painful for someone that spent so much time and energy making a fool of themselves. Let's be clear here. That's what this is. This is saying I'm an idiot. I'm not right about any of this stuff that I talk about. And now I have to apologize because the internet loves this show and I cannot continue to astroturf it. But I will be honest here. I have to give him the tiniest bit of credit. It takes nerve in this space to admit you're wrong. So I'm going to give him the tiniest bit of credit for that. But after 2 years of the stuff he's done, that's all he gets. That's all he gets. This is incredible. Now, here's the thing. The only reason I'm just flabbergasted. I'm sorry. I'm a little frazzled by this. In order for this to mean something greater than just this apology, YellowFlash, you have to learn a lesson. I know you watch my videos. You have to learn a lesson. And that lesson is maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't astroturf stuff over and over and over again with a bunch of nonsense articles from websites with massive bias and unconfirmed information. Maybe you shouldn't do that for clicks. So you don't have to do another one of these apologies. Maybe that's a good idea. But you're not going to. This isn't going to teach you any lessons. You're going to continue to do the shit that you've always done, which is spread lies, spread misinformation and disinformation about things that you want to fail so you can get money and internet clout from it. And that's why I will continue to do what I do here on YouTube. This is glorious. This is a massive W. It's a massive W. It is redemption. If y'all would have just listened to us, if y'all would have just listened to the people who are actually fans of X-Men tell you that all of this complaints about X-Men being diverse and woke, and that's what's going to make the cartoon awful. If you would have listened to us when we told you that is impossible because the X-Men already deal with woke stuff. It's already a woke series. It's already diverse. It already deals with civil rights. It already deals with identity issues. It does coding for sexuality with people being mutants. It does coding for racial issues with being mutants. All of these things we tried to tell you, and you pushed so hard back against us on that. YellowFlash and so many people in the space. And guess what? We were fucking right. We were right about this. When we told you that the X-Men would not fail because it's going woke, because it was already woke, you should have listened to us. We tried to tell you, but your pride, your ego, you cannot for a second even consider that people on the opposite side of you might actually have a point, that they may actually be telling you the truth, that they may actually be giving you important information about something that you might not know about. And now you have to do this. Now you have to apologize. You have to do the walk of shame. You have to do this because it is irrefutable that the show is good at this point. There's only a couple of episodes left. We know we're going to get an amazing finale for this season. This is wild. I want to say this though. This is proof that what we're doing here on YouTube, all the things we're fighting for, all the things that our community is fighting for matters. It means something because we are part of the ecosystem that is helping change YouTube for the better. We are doing it here. We're making a difference. And if you want to be part of that revolution with me and many other people that are fighting back against this algorithm and platforming this kind of hateful misinformation and disinformation content, then you can start by subscribing to the channel, hitting like, leaving a comment down below, making your voice heard, engaging with the algorithm, and following all the other people in my description box. Show them love as well, so we can fight back against YouTube's nasty algorithm that platforms people that do the kind of stuff that YellowFlash does. We need to break it up from the inside, and that's the only way it's going to work. Congratulations, X-Men97. Congratulations, Beau DeMayo, on a fantastic first season. We're not even done yet, and people are already admitting that it is goated.